Hi there and happy Halloween. It is the 31st of October 2023. Yeah, so thoughts, disclaimers, these are my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. Now, you'll notice that I found a way to disguise the absolutely fucking rank cushion. Say hello to Peaches and Levi and Biscoff. Biscoff's really tiny, bless him. This is what I do with my time. Right? Kind of ties in a way, because I started making these for free. These ones will go on my Etsy shop. I do have an Etsy shop that I do nothing with. I am shit with money. This is part of the reason for this whole video, and also Halloween. But yeah, I basically did one of these. I had a fella on the go for a wee short while. I said, right, I do crochet, what would you want me to make you something? He said, yeah, I'll have an alien. So I've made an alien, put it on Facebook. All my mates are, oh, I want one. So I'd make them an alien. I've made at least a dozen, I think, and just sent them out of my own, at my own expense. And then anybody that said they wanted to give me something back, I gave them my Amazon wish list. And I did get a couple of things, to be fair. A couple of things that probably tallied up to what I'd spent on postage and yarn and whatever. So, you know, and things that I would never have bought for myself because I just can't afford them. Now, before you get going, this isn't a pity. This is, I want to, you know, like, I don't want people to go like, oh, she's moaning about being poor. It's like, we'll do something about it. It's like, you know what I mean? I make things, I give them out for free. My YouTube channel isn't monetized because I do it for love, not money. I do what I do for love, and I get back things that money can't buy for doing it for love. Do you know what I mean? The gifts that I am given are, you cannot quantify with money. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy as a pig in shit. But it does also help me to illustrate some things from a poor person's perspective, because ultimately, do you know what I mean? I am Brassic, right? And today it's been called into question. It has been, yeah, anyway, we'll get onto that in a minute. So I watch this, I watch quite a few people who do tarot readings on YouTube. Just have to say, cannot recommend enough. Like, literally, you know, like I go when the all tells me, when the all calls me, like, to look at something. It's like, right, you need to be listening to your tarot readings at the minute. Sometimes I'll go for weeks without listening to anything. And then it'll be like, boom, and you've got like 6 people, all in different places in the world, who are all pulling out the exact same cards and giving you the exact same message. There is something into it. It's not, it's where they all, just go where it all tells you, where it all pulls you to look. You know, it's like, you know, like the universe doesn't necessarily put shapes in clouds. But when there's something that you'll need to see, like, you ever seen Pet Sematary? We're just like, look up. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, like, very often I'll be like, well, I don't know. I don't know why I looked over there at that particular point in time, but when I did, it happened to happen at this. That's how the all works. So yeah, so this poor girl, right, was doing tarot reading, and she said the word bullshit. And the little lass, bless her, I felt so sorry for her. She's like, oh God, oh, like, I didn't mean to say that word. Please don't demonetize my channel. Because she said bullshit. And she seemed genuinely frightened that YouTube was going to take away her source of income because she'd said a word. And it's like, put a disclaimer at the beginning, I might accidentally say bullshit somewhere in this, then buff. But at the end of the day, we could say fuck if we want to. It's like, obviously I can say fuck whenever I like, wanker, cunt, bastard, whatever. And I can't be demonetised because I'm not monetised in the first place, because I don't do this for money, I do this for love. But I did feel sorry for that poor little lass. But it's just indicative of the world at the minute. Everything has to cost money. Everything has to cost money. Even things that don't exist cost money. For example, I play a game called Klondike on Facebook. Been playing it for 15 years since it first came out, and and I've played other things. Like I played Farmville back in the day, and what was it, Frontierville was my favourite at the beginning. But I put myself on. I've obviously been on an experiment for ages, but I put myself on this specific 1 year experiment. No, excuse me. Hold on a minute. It's fucking ringing me. Hope it's not about me. Because my boiler's packed up. Honestly, mate, it's like, just laugh at my life. It's like, my kitchen is where electrical appliances come to die. I've lost 2 ovens in 2 years. I've lost a fridge, lost half of my toaster, washing machine. Like literally, my boiler's just gone, pong, right? Came out, put it back on, because it just wouldn't switch on. The little box with all the numbers on it just wouldn't switch on. No electricity, and a fuse had blown. So the bloke came out from the housing association, put a new fuse in. Jobs are good, and they're coming out tomorrow because he said, like, when these go, like literally they just keep tripping the electric. So maybe I don't know. I'm not an electrician. Let me know in the comments below if it's that's been fucking made me have to buy everything in the kitchen. Yeah. So at the minute, I do apologise if I look sweaty, by the way, because I've got the back door open. It is Halloween. I've got the back door open and I'm sweating my fucking tits off because since he put the heat back on, I can't get the heating off, and it's on full fucking chat all the time. Yeah, I suppose I could just let the money on the meter run out because I have a prepayment meter. Well, it's going to run out at some point in time because literally I'm just paying to heat the fucking just outside the back garden right now. Anyway, ignore me. So, back to Halloween, back to the money sitch. Now, today was the first payment of the cost of living, according to the government. Now, I've done videos on this before, how basically the mainstream media, how anybody who works in mainstream media can look at themselves in the mirror, I will never fucking know. Paid liars, literally, propaganda. I'm sure I know that word from somewhere. I don't know. Propaganda, does that mean anything to you? Anyways, but that's what we're living through. The mainstream media doesn't tell the truth for shit because that's not what they're paid to do. They're paid to control our minds, the minds of the populace. That is just facts. And you know this because they're provably lying. Do you know what I mean? It is provable that they are hiding the truth, excess deaths, for example, and promoting lies. Like, literally. Anyways, so what they've been saying for the past summer, all year, is that we're going to have this cost of living payment. And the first date that it's going to be rolled out is today. So obviously, I mean, you know, I'm not in the utter dire straits that I used to be in when I was younger. So I'm like, fine. Do you know what I mean? I get money tomorrow anyway, and I can afford today. Like, it's not a problem. But there are going to be people out there, I know because I used to be one, who literally have been banking on this fucking money. And it's Halloween. And they will have been saying, right, well we'll go out with the money goes in on Halloween. So we'll go out and we'll buy sweets for the kids. We'll get you both a little outfit each. When this money goes in, we'll do this. And I've not had it put in there. Like, literally, years ago, when the kids were little, and I'd have been making these plans, all right, well, it goes in on this date, we'll go into town, we'll get you an outfit, or we'll buy some things to make you an outfit, and we'll get some sweets so that, you know, and we'll get a pumpkin and stuff like that, so we can join in with Halloween, right? There are so many people who are that fucking hard up. So many. And I know because I used to be one of them, and I was surrounded by my brethren. And these people still exist. There are still struggling single mums, young families. There are still people who are struggling, and the government has gone and just dangled that fucking carrot and taken it away. Now that, whether it's a loose harvest that they're after, I don't know. But there are going to be a lot of tears shed today. A lot of broken hearts. Parents and children. Because they can't get a date right. Now don't even, like, say to the people, right, because they did say, right, we're going to put this money in between the 31st of October and the 18th, I want to say the 18th of November. So it's being rolled out. And I think Universal Credit people get it. Maybe they get it first this time. I know I got it on the date last time, but my friend on Universal Credit didn't get hers. So maybe they've swapped it round. But whatever, like they could have picked a different date to start it off at. Every single person who's entitled to that money will have been waiting today. So much fucking sadness. I know that feeling of, oh my God, like literally I cannot afford fucking anything. And it is a horrible feeling. And them bastards who will never ever know that feeling are getting off on it. Are getting off on the suffering of everyday fucking man. And we need to put a stop to that because they are actually doing it. These people, do you know the amount of people who just come back at me like, yeah, they wouldn't do that. Like literally, how rich is Rishi Sunak? Literally. And this man is making these decisions that affect so many millions of fucking poor people. And he just goes, oh yeah, well, let's do this. Because he doesn't know what that, he will never ever know that feeling of living hand to mouth. He will never understand it, not least because he doesn't want to understand it. He doesn't need to understand it. All he's got to do is roll his fucking shirt sleeves up and pick up a ladle. And all buff is with the common man. And regular folk, the ones who don't think, who take all of their information from the fucking TV, will go, well, look at him, he's a man of the people. Cunt people, yeah. Like, I would use the word people, like, really, really loosely with people like him. And in fact, everybody else who runs our world. We are run by bad people. And we are going to never get anywhere because they breed us in their image. And we are constantly going for the next book. Do you know what I mean? And these ones little friends prove that it doesn't have to be about money. Life cannot, it doesn't just have to be. I mean, look at the difference, look at the difference. Little Biscoff. Now, Little Biscoff, watch this space. I'm going to try and give him an afro. Wish me luck. I decided with this lad that I thought I was seeing for 2 months. We were talking one night and we were like, oh, like when I finished all the free ones from my mates. I'll do some like different ones, like Peaches, for example. I've done her a bobble hat and mittens and a little scarf. And obviously Levi is just look, his head is nearly as big as mine. And if you can guess why he's called Levi, I'll give you the money myself. But Biscoff, like, is going to have an afro. And so I discussed this with this fella. And I went into the charity shop the very next day and bought a weave. Like literally, it was like the chances. We were talking about it at night, went in, there's just this black hair. There's this afro fucking hair for £3. I'm like, mate, I'm doing one with an afro. This is happening. As you do. But like I say, I'm broke. I'm still smiling. I'm still laughing because they ain't having my fucking loosh, mate. It's like, what? I'm coming for them. Me and my bread bins, we are coming for them. We're getting there slowly, but I do see a change and it will keep going because we're not going to shut up. And, and it's going to take all sorts. Like my mum always said, it takes all sorts to make a world. To change this, we need people in the mainstream media on our side. We need advertising people on our side. We need street cleaners. We need bloody, I don't know, garden mowers, all sorts, right? I bring the poor perspective, like this is what it's like from this side. We need nurses to say, right, this is what it's like from this side. This is what it's like on the inside of the NHS. Obviously, that's going to take some doing because they are under threat. They are physically threatened with their job if they speak out. This is the world that we live in. We are fed lies. We're like mushrooms, kept in the dark and fed shit. And this will never change until we change, until we put a stop to it and we say, right, okay, enough. We've done it your way forever. So let's try it the other way, because there is another way that this can be done, from the bottom up rather than the top down. And that is the future. That is the future. End of. These people are never going to stop. They're never going to take the boot off the neck. They're never going to give us our fair share of anything. And by fair share, I'm not saying, oh, I'm poor, give me some free money. No, and I'm not saying they should hand out these fucking things. Giving you 6 months, keeping young fucking families waiting for 6 months in petrification, if that's the word, literally petrified for what's landing on the doorstep, for what they owe next, for the interest that's gone on what they fucking owe. It is sick the way that we are run, and it will change. It will get better. Let's all come together, like as usual. Leave me some comments. Let's discuss this. Discuss it with your friends. Go like, right, okay, well, do you know what I mean? This woman's got fucking nothing, like, and she ain't fucking sitting there moaning about what not she's not got, or clambering over anybody else to get things for herself. She's just appreciating. I own nothing but yarn and I am happy. I will fashion it into things and give that shit away. And one day, obviously, I am. The idea is to put these on Etsy. I have 2 things on Etsy. I have Maurice, the space cowboy, who's a mouse. Yay big. And I have a little tiny positive potato, Patrick the positive potato, who's priced at £333.33, literally so that he's never sold. He's the proprietor of the premises, Patrick the positive potato. Honestly. And no, I don't get out much. But I'm happy, right? And I do genuinely just want the best for everybody. And if you could just spare a little thought today for the people who didn't get that money, who were desperately banking on that money, who've already borrowed that money and spent it twice and still owe fucking interest on what they borrowed off of what they were going to be given. Literally, these, it may look altruistic for them to hand out 300 quid, but it's not, because people are going to the banks, who these people are in fucking, it's all, the only people who ever win at the fucking banks are the people who work for the bank, people who work for the bankers. Sorry, the elite banking families who fucking own the world. They're the only ones who will ever win whilst it's running this way. It's not trickle down, mate. It's bubble up economics that we've got. It's not trickle down. There's nothing trickling down. It's all just going up. Do you know what I mean? It's staying there. The redistribution of wealth. The distribution of wealth has always been unfair. And now it's just got ridiculous. It's like literally, God knows how much. Thankfully, I got £20 on my gas when I checked last night. Whether that'll be there tomorrow, whether any of it will be left tomorrow, I don't know, because I've got to have the door open because I hate it. I'm so hot. What was I even fucking saying there? Trickle down, bubble up. So like literally, all that is going, the heating. So since the past few years, I read 2021 earlier. But I don't know whether this was in relation to this, but the oil companies have been recording mega profits, off the chart profits, and their profits have been going up. Every year they get more profit because every year they charge poor people more fucking money. That is easily redistribution of wealth at its rotten core. And we do nothing. Liz Truss said, oh no, you can't blame them for it. That's just them having good business sense. Tell that to fucking Ethel down the street with a fucking hip replacement who can't even have one bar on a fucking space heater. They're called space heaters, storage heaters. I don't fucking know. Thankfully, I don't have one of them. I don't need one at the minute in my toilet. I should go round and let's ask if any little old ladies want to come round for a cup of tea, shouldn't I? It's like there's other people on my street who are literally freezing their fucking tits off and piling on fucking jumpers. Maybe, I should imagine, there are people who are doing that because they can't put the heating on because they weren't given the cost of living fucking bonus. Anyways, I'm going because I just sound like a bitter old cow now. And where them bastards are concerned, I am a very bitter, very old, very cow. I am a menopausal woman and I have fucking had enough of the patriarchy. So where's my matriarchy girls at? And guys, the matriarchy, like I've said before, it's the opposite of the patriarchy. The patriarchy are that you will do exactly what I tell you to do, otherwise you're getting a pasting when I get home from work. The matriarchy are what do you want to do? Is it safe? Is it going to fucking hurt anybody? Have you got clean underwear on? And don't forget to take a big coat with you because it's going to get cold later on. That is the difference between the past of our world, the way that our world is currently being run by these bastards, and the way it will be run when we come together, put our heads together and try and make it make sense. Because I promise you for now that we can make this make sense. We just need to work together. And then they can fuck off. Anyways, if you've... I'm going to get off now. Say bye-bye, guys. If you've watched this till the end, then I owe you a bevy. And if you are a returning subscriber and you want a badge, let me know. I'll do you a badge. If you want to get me another subscriber, I'll get you bring in another subscriber badge. I've never made one of those yet. So, don't know what it's going to look like. That's going to be exciting, isn't it? If you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing because I consider us a family here. And obviously the more of us that are together that can discuss this, the better. So let's do that, please. And thank you for being here, and never forget that I love you. Bye.